What's up, my guys, and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Cody, and tonight we're gonna go over night 2 of the NFL draft. Boy, I think I'm Roger Goodell or something. Let me get that right. We're gonna go over night 2 of the WWE draft. There we go. Boy, I tell you what, it's gonna be a long night, so y'all bear with me because I can't even talk. Well, for those of y'all that are new, what we do on the Wrasslin report card is I take a wrestling show, I break down every match, I give them each a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up to give that show its own report card. And tonight, for the second night of the WWE draft, yeah, I got my alphabets right that time, we're gonna go over the May 1st edition of Monday Night Raw. And I tell you what, we got the legends in the house tonight. Once again, you had the likes of Teddy Long, hold on a minute player, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, oh you didn't know, Shawn Michaels, Sexy Boy. Hey, don't judge, you know we all used to sing that like that. Booker T, Can You Dig It, Sucker, the return of Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff, and my guy, Rob Van Dam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Not only do we got all that going on, you got the wise man Paul Heyman in the ring. He ends up coming face to face with Seth Rollins. Yeah, that's right, which actually leads to our main event as Seth takes on Solo Sikoa. You got Cody and Brock Lesnar under the same roof, which takes about 47 security guards to separate. The Judgment Day addresses their 12 matches ahead of Backlash, and we get to see Rey Mysterio tear Dom's little ass up one more time. That's always good to see. So as you can tell, we got a lot to talk about. It's night 2 of the draft, so without further ado, go and buckle up your seatbelts and let's get to grading, my guy. And once again, to announce the first round of the draft on Monday Night Raw, we got the game. Triple H kicking us off. Hey, do y'all remember the Rock's impression of Triple H back in the day? I swear that's some of the funniest stuff on TV. Anyways, with the first overall pick tonight, Monday Night Raw selects the SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. So it looks like her and Bianca are gonna have to swap titles there. With the second pick, SmackDown selects the US Champion, Austin Theory. So it looks like the mid-card titles are also switching brands. With the third pick, Monday Night Raw keeps the Revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. And with the last pick, the fourth pick of the first round, SmackDown selects the Queen, Charlotte Flair. So there we go right there. And after wrapping that up, Triple H introduced the one and only wise man to the Tribal Chief, Paul Heyman. He came out and said how great that the brand new World Heavyweight Championship would look around the Tribal Chief, and I gotta say I agree. Now, as he was putting the Raw locker room in their place, as only Paul Heyman could do, out came Roman's fellow Shield buddy, Seth Rollins. And you know I cannot wait to see Seth and Roman go at it. Anyways, as he was talking about that shiny new belt, the wise man rudely took a phone call in front of him, but it was the Tribal Chief, so I guess that's alright. Anyways, Seth said it must be hard to hear with all these people singing, and you know when Seth gets them singing, they get to going. Struggling, Heyman finally gets off the phone and says, Seth, you're pissing your Tribal Chief off. And Seth's reaction right there was priceless. Then, as Seth was threatening to stomp Heyman's big bald head in, his words not mine, out came the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and you know how pro wrestling works. In the main event tonight, Seth Rollins will take on Solo Sikoa. And that's how I like kicking off the show right there. I'm going to slap an A- on that sumbitch. I mean, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, you ain't going wrong there. Well, next up, we're going to get into some action as you got Liv and Raquel, the tag champs, taking on Damage Control minus Io. Now, there's 3 things that are certain in life. Those are death, taxes, and Triple H booking a 20-minute Dakota Kai match. I tell you what, I just don't get it. Now tonight, after Liv hit Oblivion, Bayley made a blind tag, came in, rolled Liv up, and Damage Control picks up the 1-2-3 over the new, still, tag team champions. Like, what are we doing with this division right here? I don't get it. It makes 0 sense. I mean, I don't even know what's happening with Damage Control. I'm going to slap a D+ on that sumbitch, and then I'm going to keep it moving before I get too upset. Next up, here to announce the second round picks, Can You Dig It, Sucker? That's right, it's Booker T along with Queen Sharmella. Now going 5th overall, Monday Night Raw selects the tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And with the 6th pick, SmackDown goes with the Usos. So they join Roman Reigns and the bloodline is intact. I mean, for now, we'll see how that goes. With the 7th pick, Monday Night Raw selects the rest of the Judgment Day and the boys join Mommy on Monday nights. And with the 8th pick, SmackDown goes with Rey Mysterio and the LWO. But enough of that, let's get back into some tag team action. We got Braun Strowman and Ricochet teaming up to take on the Alpha Academy. Thank you. Now, after Ricochet and Gable started us off, the big boys, Strowman and Otis, both tag in, and I tell you what, that's a lot of meat right there, brother. But at the end of the day, Braun picked that big son-bitch Otis up, slammed him, then went over tagged in Ricochet, who climbed on top of Strowman's shoulders and hit a swanton. I tell you what, ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. They pick up the 1, 2, 3, and that was a short match. It was fun. I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. Next, we try to start the third round of the graph. You got HBK. That's right, Shawn Michaels coming out with Adam Pearce. Old Scrap Daddy got no reaction right there. Poor guy. Anyways, as those two were coming out to announce the third round of the WWE draft, that infamous guitar riff hit, and out comes the beast, Brock Lesnar, and I guess the trench coat is a thing now, and I gotta say, I'm not mad about it. Anyways, Adam Pearce, along with his little security detail, come down to escort the beast out. Brock Lesnar grabbed the mic and said, my guy, you're gonna need a lot more guys than that to get me out of this ring. Well, guess what Adam Pearce had? Yep. 10 more security guys. They run out, but then you hear that heartbeat, and with everyone's eyes up on the stage, from behind, Cody Rhodes snuck up and hit Brock with a massive right hand that actually busted Brock Lesnar open. Unfortunately, this annoying ass security team actually did their job and kept these two separated. I mean, what are they trying to earn a raise? I gotta say though, I can't wait until these two lock horns. And come Saturday in Puerto Rico, it ain't gonna be no security guards, my guy. Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, they're gonna tear each other apart. I mean, hopefully. Now remember, Brock Lesnar is now WWE's hottest free agent and can appear on any show at any time after Backlash. But for that segment right there, I'm gonna slap a B on that sumbitch, and we gonna keep moving on. Let's get to round 3 with no Adam Pearce to be found. I mean, the guy's job is a little bit stressful. Shawn Michaels announced with the 9th overall pick, Monday Night Raw selects the women's tag team champions Liv and Raquel. With the 10th pick, SmackDown selects Asuka. With the 11th pick, The New Day are now back on Monday nights. And to final out the third round, the 12th pick, Friday Night SmackDown selects the Brawling Brutes. Now, up next, we're going to go to some singles action as you got Matt Riddle taking on Jimmy Uso. And early on in the match, ringside, Sammy and KO busted out the Eddie Guerrero chair trick and ended up getting Jey Uso booted, which wasn't ideal for his brother because later on, while the ref was busy with Riddle, over in the corner, Jimmy Uso was trying to untie the old turnbuckle pad, but KO snuck up, slammed Jimmy's head into it. By the time Jimmy turned around, he turned straight into a massive knee from Riddle, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Riddle picks up the 1, 2, 3. I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch. But in next to announce the 4th round of the WWE draft. First, you got Eric Bischoff. Yes, the man that hates AEW so much that he came back to WWE TV, and he's coming out with my guy, Rob Van Dam. Now, thankfully, RVD had the card turned right side up this time, and with the first pick of the 4th round, Monday Night Raw selects Trish Stratus. Second in the 4th round, SmackDown goes with Karrion Kross. Next, Raw goes with the tag team of Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and with the last pick of the 4th round, SmackDown selects LA Knight. Yeah, let me talk to you, baby. Well, up next, we got Miz TV, and he brings out Raw's newest addition, well, one of them, Shinsuke Nakamura. Chisiki Tama. Now, Miz thought that he formed an alliance with Shinsuke here, but turns out what I just said, yeah, Chisiki Tama, I'm probably butchering that, means man with tiny balls. Now, the Miz didn't like that one bit, so he tried to blindside old Shin, but all he met was the Kinshasa. Nakamura stands tall. I will say though, hearing his music and not seeing Pat McAfee dance on top of Michael Cole's head, it just doesn't hit the same, my guy. But for that segment, I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. We gotta move on, because up next, the 7'4" Omos goes up against some guy who had Atlantis written on his ass, and that's exactly where Omos sent him after he hit him with the world's tallest slam. I tell you what, for that match right there, I'm gonna slap a C on that sumbitch. Then, up next to announce the 5th round of the WWE draft, it's the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass. I keep doing that. It's not daddy ass. It's Molly Holly with the first pick of the 5th round. Raw selects Braun Strowman and Ricochet. With the 2nd pick, SmackDown's going with Shotzi. 3rd pick, Raw selects the Meat Man, Bronson Reed. And with the last pick, SmackDown dips down into NXT and gets one of the hottest tag teams down there as they select Pretty Deadly. Then next, the Judgment Day comes down. Damian Priest gets on the mic, and I didn't quite catch what he said, but it didn't sound like he was messing around at all. And how cool is it that Damian Priest cut an entire promo in Spanish on Monday Night Raw? Hell yeah. Now, when he tried to pass Dom the mic and he tried to speak, my guy, you talk about heat, that boy right there is a brick oven. I tell you what. Then, as he was talking, Rey Mysterio came out with the LWO, and he said, Dominic, you thought that whooping with the belt at WrestleMania was bad? Wait till I pull la chancla out on your ass, and if any of y'all, any of the Judgment Day, get involved in Bad Bunny's match at Backlash, Rey Mysterio will personally 619 your ass from Puerto Rico all the way back to San Diego. For that segment right there, I thought that was awesome. I'ma slap an A on that sumbitch, but now let's get into the action, and Rhea Ripley started this match off by shoving, almost slapping Rey Mysterio in the head, and it never slowed down from there. The Judgment Day and LWO were absolutely going at it, and at one point, Rhea Ripley had Rey Mysterio up in the overhead press position, yes, and was on the way to toss his ass out of the ring, but thankfully, Zelina Vega came through and saved the day. Back in the ring, Damian went for the Razor's Edge, rest in peace to Scott Hall. Ray countered. He set his ass up for the 619, however, right as Ray dialed it up, that damn Finn Balor ended up taking the blow for Priest, which allowed Dame to capitalize, hit the South to Heaven chokeslam, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. The Judgment Day pick up the 1, 2, 3, and for that Trios Mixed Tag Team match right there, I'ma slap a B+ on that sumbitch, but we gotta move on to the 6th and final round of the WWE Draft, as you got JBL and... hold on a minute, player. That's right. Teddy Long comes out and he lets JBL know that tonight he gotta go one-on-one with The Undertaker, man. Those were the days right there. Anyways, kicking off round 6, Monday Night Raw selects Alpha Academy. SmackDown follows that up with Rick Boogs. Raw, they select Katana and Carter from NXT, and with the last pick, SmackDown selects Cameron Grimes as Mr. Irrelevant tries to reach for the moon. And with the draft for night 2, I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. I thought night 1 was a little bit more exciting, maybe because we're on a 3-hour show. Who knows? That's enough time for the talk because it's time for the main event. You got Seth Rollins going one-on-one with Solo Sikoa. And is there anyone better in the WWE quite like Rollins at eating out and inside of someone's minds? I mean, geez, Kevin Patrick, what did you just say? Like Corey Graves said, this is a family show, my guy. And if that wasn't crazy enough, after the break, Seth Rollins hit not 1, not 2, but 3 back-to-back suicide dives. Solo answered with a small drop, then boom, spinning Solo, but somehow Rollins kicked out. Then this crazy sumbitch started talking shit, so Solo hit his ass with a second spinning Solo, still not enough. Then, as Seth was starting to gather momentum, get the upper hand, out came the Usos, and as we are going off the air, we see KO, Sammy, and Riddle running back down, and by God, it's absolute mayhem as we end Monday Night Raw. And I tell you what, for that main event right there, I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch. I cannot wait until Backlash this Saturday. It's gonna be lit down there in Puerto Rico. But y'all know what time of the show we've gotten to. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card, my guy. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B-. That's right, an 83%. It's the go home for Backlash. We'll see what happens this Saturday. As for y'all, I want to appreciate everybody that tunes in. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to the channel, like, comment. That all helps your boy out right here. Also want to give a shout out. You know who he is. OG Bobby Knifehawk on the beat. Does all the sounds for me. That's my guy right there. Other than that, I'm your host, Cody. I'm signing off. Hope all you folks stay safe out there and have a nice day.